Hey Fit Fam, it's Coach Rat from Team FFLEX. Today we're going to dive into the Euro Muscle Pro Bikini and we're going to look at our top 5 placings. We're going to go over why they landed the way they did, a little bit about the judging criteria and what it means for you as a bikini competitor out there at any level. Doesn't matter if you're already a pro, you've never compete, or you're trying to get a pro card or somewhere in between. That is what I do on my channel. So if you're new here and you get any bit of value out of anything I'm doing, please hit the subscribe button. It really does help me out. All right, let's dive in, you guys. So we got top 5 for a pro bikini we're gonna look at from Euro Muscle. All right, and so here's Rukiye. She's our winner. Over here we have Christina. She's taking 2nd place. And then right over here we have Chiara. Okay, and you know, again, once I always got to say this, I'm gonna say it one more time. I'm not 100% always on my pronunciation of any names. If you're this athlete watching these videos or you guys know these people, feel free to comment, let me know, or somehow tell me how to say the names if it bothers you. Otherwise, I'm doing the best I can do here, okay? So this is our top 3. And when we look at this class right out the gate, what we can see is, you know, there is a lot of muscle going on here and a lot of shape overall. So depending where you're at in the world, different events, they can look certain ways, right? And what I always tell athletes, and you need to make sure you know this if you want to compete in bikini division, no matter the level, is that the judges have to pick the best out of criteria on that day, out of those athletes that show up on stage, right? So this is how competitions, they can sometimes trend where they look softer and all the athletes look softer and everybody's, oh panic, the whole criteria is changing. No, it's not changing. Same thing goes the other way where it might be a leaner, more muscular class sometime and everybody's like, whoa, everything bikini just changed to leaner and more muscular. Realistically, it has everything to do with the fact that the athletes on stage that day are going to be the ones that are going to get those placings. So judges have to pick the best athletes within that criteria and also within that, you know, who's there on that day. So that's how we get a variance in looks, by the way. So sometimes if you're watching and you've seen the channel and you're like, whoa, some of these classes you're talking about, Coach Rai, way softer than today or way less muscular. Well, that's because over at the Euro Muscle Pro here, we got some more muscular and a little bit leaner bikini competitors, okay? So let's talk now. So Rukiye right here, she's got a great shape overall. You can see, you know, the shoulders pop. Overall, the waist right there dialed in where it needs to be. Really good balance in the lower body and the shape here. So she exemplifies our hourglass shape, I would say, the best out of this 3 right here. Now, that's not to say that the other athletes in this call out do not have that great shape. Christina over here, she's really pulling that off. Super tiny in the waist. Good glute shape, good hamstring shape, a little bit, you know, not as symmetrical though as Rukiye as we look at her, okay? Like she has a lot more balance overall, and this is all about hourglass when we're talking about bikini. You want to be able to see that shape upper to lower, left to right, up and down, all the way, just kind of match, okay? And we really do see that in her physique. We still see it a little bit in Christina, but she does have a little bit of a different muscle, you know, balance going on. She looks a little bit hamstring dominant here, a little bit glute dominant, and that's, you know, crazy to say because her upper body is very pronounced, but I think her lower body is a little bit too dominant still, even for that look. So for her, it's more probably of a downsizing, reshaping kind of thing. But again, keep in mind, we're talking about the top 5 at a pro competition. We're not talking about anything besides the points that make the difference really here. All these athletes clearly exemplify the criteria. Now looking over here at Chiara, okay, she's got, you know, the hourglass shape, but a little bit more squared off and a lot more muscle, I would say, right? So we kind of see that her physique looks a little bit more up and down, less hourglass, even though she really does have that. Some of this is posing, you know, that's why if you're watching this and you're getting into competing or you are trying to get a pro card, you know, or you're a pro, you want to always be advancing your posing, really working your angles, making sure that you're getting the right balance. And here what we can see is, you know, she's got good shoulder shape, good taper in the midsection, very dominant glutes, everything is here. It's just, you know, a lot more muscular, I would say, more of a look. Now, bikini, we always say one from the back, and here it is again. We take a look now. This is Rukiye, our winner. We have Christina over here, as we were just talking, and then Chiara over here. And we can see very, very close from the back. So I do think that, you know, the front was making the biggest difference in some of the scoring here. This is a very good call out, very good class, very competitive. for this look. However, let's talk about some differences. So when we look at Rikier, we can see good shoulder shape. Judges will look for this from the back post. They want to see the delts. They want to see a little bit of rear delt. That lets them know you got that full roundness, that full development to the shoulders. Judges will be looking for that. Okay, you can't really see too much of the taper here because of her hair, but we know it's there. And then when we look to the lower body, that's where we really get to see exactly what they want to see in Bikini. Very good glute shape, overall upper glute development, full glutes, that tie in, that separation that you must see. And we can still see she's got a good base of muscle with her quads and everything here. We do see a little bit of the sweep action, which normally is reserved for what I would call wellness. But, we're talking about the fact that this class here is very muscular overall. So the fact that these athletes are coming in muscular, we're going to see some things that would push them more in that muscle zone, So that's really what we see here. Looking over here at Christina, good shape, good overall balance, a little bit lacking in the shoulders from the back though, and her glutes and her hamstrings and her quads really do still look a little bit to be too oversized here. And also I would say upper glute might need some work. So just rebalancing for her and bringing that through. Looking over at Tiara now, a little bit of a different effect, right? She's very muscular, a lot of shoulder shape, a little bit too much maybe shoulder showing through here. You can kind of see the rear delts and even going into the back. This is not necessarily what judges want to be looking at. They don't want to see your back. They don't want to know these things, right? And a lot of times when they do see the shoulder, in the back and the lats and the rhomboids and the scaps and those types of muscles, the depth of them, it can almost be an indicator too that you might be a little bit too hard or a little bit too muscular. So for her, still great overall shape. We're talking about points when we're talking about our top three. We're talking about this, that, here, there, and it could also be that they're all on par physique-wise, and judges like the hair look better, or the jewelry look better, or the suit look better. We don't talk a lot about that a lot on here because I'm talking about physiques mostly at this level, but when you are at the top of the pro leagues and you're doing top call-outs at these events, it does come down to the littlest of things that can make such a massive, massive difference in your placings on stage, okay? And so we can definitely see that overall, really good class, really good shape. Now, let's take a look at, again, our winner here, Rikier, and then we're bringing in now our fourth and our fifth. And if you've been watching our channel, we talked about Francesca, whatever way we say it. We talked about her before, and we're talking about Reina over here in fifth, okay? So fourth and fifth coming into the lineup, and I think you do get to see just the difference there when we really bring those in, right? You can see Rikier, she's got clearly the better balance of the lineup, and let's talk about why. So looking at Francesca here, very dominant up top when we see this look. You can see a lot of good shoulder shape. A lot of this is here, a lot of the waist taper, all good things for the judges and this criteria, this division, but lower body, even though she does have good glute structure, good shape, it is clearly not in balance, in my opinion, in this look compared to her upper body, right? So her lower body is not as symmetrical to her upper. It does not pair, it does not balance right? Like it looks like an hourglass shape that has a over dominant upper body, underdeveloped lower body in that sense, right? So working on her balance a bit, could be really good. Conditioning wise, all of our top five is very on par. I haven't seen anybody, thus far that looks like they're too lean, too soft. Everybody was pretty much on par. It's more of a muscle balance thing. And that's a note for all you bikini competitors out there. Note that muscle balance will help you place better on stage no matter your level, all right? Now looking here over at Reina, we can see that she's really got, a lot of over dominance in her upper body, really. Good shape, good structure, good muscle, still very much bikini, top 5 at a pro show. Keep in mind when I give you guys this criteria and we're talking a bit about it, it's to give you the ideas that you need to know to do better yourself. However, all these athletes still clearly represent the bikini criteria at the pro league division. Otherwise, it wouldn't be top 5. That's how it works, right? So for her, she's just got a lot more muscle. Upper body looks a bit too dominant for me, and I think that that's the key. But let's take a look at the back because, as we always say, it never, ever lies. So from the back, what we can see here, and we didn't unfortunately get a full pose shot for Francesca, but that's all right. We still get the gist. What we can see again is that Rikier just has such better balance. It really does make a difference. All athletes are pretty much on par conditioning wise. However, that balance of that muscle structure up and down does make a difference, and that is what it is about in this division, is all hourglass. And you can see here too, it's interesting, Reina or Rania, I'm not sure how to say her name again, but she looked very dominant in in the upper body from the front and very dominant in the lower body from the back. So again, these discrepancies where you look at that can be the difference in placings, and that is very relevant at all levels of events. Could be your first time competing, could be, you know, you're in the NPC, could be that you're trying to get a pro card, you're already placed in high at nationals, or you're already a pro. You really want to make sure you got the balance and the shape and the structure to go with it. So that would be what I would say for the criteria here, ladies and gents. Thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions, please comment them down below. Give me some more competitions you want me to review. I'll be pumping more things around, and that's what we do on this channel. So if you're new here, you haven't subscribed yet, or you watch all the time, you still haven't subscribed, please hang out with me, hit that subscribe button, and tell me what you think. Do you think a different athlete in this lineup should have won? Who is it? Who do you think should have won, or do you think the placings landed the way they did and the way they should have? All right, thank you for watching. Coach Rye is out.